Hey guys, it's Losi from Losi and welcome to All Things Events, where you learn all the tips and tricks on how to be in an events industry. Welcome guys, welcome to another video. I know you miss me and I do miss you too. But today I am wearing obviously sleepwear and I am also shooting in my bedroom because today's video, it is all about the reviews that I want to share with you regarding the vlog that I did this past weekend. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, this past weekend I had 2 events back to back. However, I was not working alone, I was working with my team. So I then decided to shoot what was happening, even though you did not get to see everything because some of the footage was just like, but I wanted to come back and share with you, obviously, the behind the scenes, what was happening, and some of the things that I felt like they were a bit of a problem, not necessarily a problem, but they were a bit of an issue. However, hiring me for events, obviously you never have issues. I try by all means to iron them off or to make sure that nothing sort of like shows. So before I start, I just want to show you what I have. Is you guys know me with my notepads or my note diaries or whatever you want to call it, my books. I always take notes, I always do reviews, I always obviously write stuff down in terms of things that I want to do, things that I want to improve on, and things that I feel like they should be a task. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the reviews regarding the events that I did, and maybe if you had an issue like that or you've came across something like that at an event, you then know what to do next time. So without wasting any time, let's just go ahead with today's video. So today's video, I'm doing reviews regarding the 2 events that I did this past weekend. It was a salon spa launch and a birthday celebration. So I'm going to start with the spa launch. What actually happened, what I think was a bit of an issue, and things that we can basically improve on. Not just me, not just the client, but also the guests as well, because the people that are involved in the event, it's not just the suppliers, but it's also the people that are coming to enjoy the experience that we're giving them. So everything went well. I don't want to lie, guys. The client was very happy. I was very happy. This team were very happy. I went back on Monday to pick up some of the things, and the receptionist that I spoke to, she said everything was fine. The team was like this. This was her reaction. She was like this. They were like this. So yeah, I'm very happy. However, as much as we can do everything well, we can do things smoothly and stuff like that, but they are behind the scenes that I feel like we need to improve on. And I am now sharing those reviews so that you can also see where you can improve on. I'm not just about people patting me on the back and saying, oh Losi, your stuff are great, you guys always look nice and whatsoever. It's not about that. It is more than that, because for me, I believe in the power of service and the power of giving nothing but outstanding services. So yeah, let's just read out the notes that I did. So number 1 is deco umbrellas going beyond expectations. So I don't know if I did share this on the vlog, but then what then happened, the deco lady that was doing the deco, which is actually also one of my clients, she did the deco, everything was fine. However, the outside area, half of it had shade and half of it didn't have shade. So there was the sun, and unfortunately client did not book or did not hire those small umbrellas. And me being me and being, very nosy, it happened that when she was like, oh shucks, I needed umbrellas and so forth, I was next to her and I was like, okay, I know exactly what she's talking about. I do have these umbrellas. Do I then quickly go home and fetch these umbrellas and give it to her? Or do I just sit and pretend I didn't hear anything? But guys, guess what would Losi do? So I actually asked first the client, I was like, listen, I know exactly what you're talking about. I do have them at home. I stay about 10-15 minutes away from the venue. I can still make it back on time. Would you like me to fetch them for you? Because at the end of the day, this is not my event. They did not book the decor from me. They only booked me for staffing. But I wanted to be there for my clients. And if you guys don't know this, I always do this. And she was like, yes, please. Do you want me to come with you, or what is it? And I was like, no, it's fine. I'll just drive and I'll come back. Great. I got home, quickly get the stuff. I counted, I think I supplied them with like 24 mini umbrellas, and everything was fine. I went back to the venue and I gave it to her, and she was so happy, guys. She was like, oh my God, like, Losi, like, yo, bruh, like, thank you so much. And that's, guys, that's the reason why I do this. That's the reason why I do events. Literally, I don't do anything else but events, because I just love giving out a good service, serving people, creating nice and great experiences, not just for my clients, but for their clients as well. I think that's the main thing. It's to basically listen to the client's brief and basically making sure that whatever that you're putting out, the guests, they also experience it. So that's what I did. And then the bar setup. So in terms of the bar, when we got to the venue, we were working obviously with the salon staff and the spa staff. There were guys there that were doing the bar, that were basically setting up the bar and all of that stuff. And the client also booked one barman from me. So because I don't know whether my guys are shy or they don't want to take over like me, because I can take over things, especially if I'm paid to do something, you know. The guys did the bar. He did help out there and there, but they were kind of like almost done. And what I noticed then was that the space behind the bar was just small. So the guys, what they did, they put the ice buckets that had the drinks, the ciders, the beers, they put them in front of the bar. And guys, it really, really annoyed me. I was just like, okay, this needs to move, but I need to understand this is not my event. How am I going to move this? Because I wasn't even working at that event. I was just there to sign in stuff and also meet client, because I wanted to, you know, it's very, very, very important to know who your clients are, not just by email, but also by meeting them, so that, you know, you get that thing, you know, the energies and stuff like that. So what I then did, I quickly spoke to the guy. I was like, okay, listen, in terms of your guests, when they come in, they're going to want to come to the bar, and to have like ice buckets in front of the bar is going to be a bit of an issue, because people will want to grab stuff for themselves instead of you doing it. And the point of you being at the bar is to make sure that people don't take drinks for themselves. It's like a house party whereby people just put drinks a buffet or somewhere in a drum, and then you just take and drink. So you must try not to do that. And obviously the guy was just like, no, there's no space and whatsoever. And I'm trying to say to him, I don't care if there's space or not, but we need to do it, because this cannot happen. So what I then did, I said to him, okay, listen, let's just move all the stuff that's behind the bar, because there were like little things that were behind the bar. Let's move them and then try and drag these things to behind the bar, because you really don't want to have anything in front of the bar. And also you want to place all the drinks that you have available on top of the bar as a display, so that people know exactly what you have. And obviously he was like, no, the waiters can just remember what it is. I mean, they had only 3 waiters, actually 2 plus the barman. So you can then imagine if there's like 50 people and there's like 2 people or 3 people roaming around trying to tell people what is available at the bar, instead of, as people walking in, they can see what's available and then they can just order from the bar, or when they see a waiter, they can do that. And it's very nice when you have everything on display, and it also minimizes the time of ordering, so that you don't say, okay, what do you have at the bar? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a lot, you know. But if somebody sees exactly what's available, they can then just say, no, can I just have Southern Comfort? Can I have some wine? Can I have white wine? Can I have Coke? Can I have Diet Coke? Do you get what I mean? They see exactly what is available, so they don't have to ask you what you have. They can just say, hey, give me this. The third one is working within stuff. So basically working within stuff is, say for instance, you booked at a conference center and we go and supply hostesses at a conference center. And then when we get there are in-staff people or waiters that are working within the event or within the venue. That creates a little bit of a grudge, or it creates a little bit of a confusion, because imagine when you're at home and somebody comes to do exactly what you do at home. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, so are you gonna do it better than me, or are you gonna do it? Do you get what I mean? It always does that. You know, I've worked in clients' private residence where we meet the cleaners, and if you ask them for something, it's like they don't want to help us, or they just wondering what are we here for, and all of that stuff. So it always creates that sort of like, you know, bad vibes. But if you come across that situation, you also have to introduce yourself to the people that you are going to be working with. One of the things or important things of being an event manager or an event coordinator is to make sure that you introduce yourself to the people that you're going to be working with. For instance, if I'm going to be coordinating an event and I meet the security at the venue, I need to know who that security, I need to know how I can find them, so that if, for instance, I need something at a storage or whatever, they are able to help me out, instead of saying, hi, you can do it yourself, or hi, you guys, you are booked for this, or whatever, hi, you guys are mean, and stuff like that. That always happens. So you must always make sure that not only the client, but also the people that you're going to be working with, including the cleaners, the waiters, the barmen, the security, to make sure that if they don't have a tag, or if they don't have an invitation or whatsoever, they do not come and park here. Or if they staff, they must go park at the back, and so forth. So it's basically event management protocol. This goes out to all my clients. I think some of them know it's a standard. Some of them don't know, but now that I am a YouTuber, or now that I am shooting content, it is very important for me to showcase what I do, not only at events, but also behind the scenes. Yes, some people are not going to like the fact that I will come with a camera and start shooting my stuff before the event and stuff like that. But I want them to know I will never compromise the work that I do for my content or for my YouTube and whatsoever. And another thing, I take photos of my team, right? Yes, I know they are at your event. There's your decor behind the scenes, or whoever the person that did the decor, can be me, it can be my client, it can be anyone. I am shooting photos of my team. And when I take that photo and post it online, you guys know, my clients know, I always mention the client. It's either I say thank you for booking us, and then I name the client's company, and then I name whoever did the decor, the catering, and so forth. Obviously, especially those that booked me, because Anzo name me Shabandu that did not book me. If you book me, trust me, you will have credit in terms of the content that I will put up, especially on my Instagram. So for instance, I will go on my Instagram and I'll upload a photo and I'll be like, luxury event by so and so and so, catering by so and so and so, stuff by so and so and so, so that if people, you never know, if people go to my page and they are viewing things and then they're like, oh, I like this decor, you don't even have to come to me and ask me, because the client's name is there, the client's brand is there, the client's account is there for you to go and check it out. And I also think some of the clients that I work with, or some of the people that go to my Instagram page, they actually go there to actually see if Losi has worked with such and such, and then come to me and ask me for a review in terms of this person did a great job, or how was it working with them, and so forth. And guys, I am very honest. If you're a great person, I will say that you are great. If you are an amazing person, I will say that. I have been in the events industry for over 8 years. I cannot come here and try and kiss ass and whatsoever. That is why I am very sure when it comes to staffing, even with my team, my clients know I'm very hard when it comes to my team. I'm very like, hey, you must do this, you must do this, you must do this. Make sure. Do you get what I mean? Because I understand what clients want, you know. That is why they still book me, you know. I would have been out of business long time ago, you know, but 4 years later, clients still come back to me. People that I started the industry with, they still come back to me and say, Losi, I need you this. And then when I'm there, they can then relax because they know I can run the show. So taking photos, please, you don't have to be pissed off or whatsoever. You can just say, if you don't want me to take photos, do say, no, Losi, please don't take photos of your team. Do you get what I mean? But I only take photos of my team, and I also take photos of clients, work and stuff like that, and then I can send it to them. Sometimes clients say, no, oh, Losi has a photographer, come, please take this, and then I will send it to them for free. I don't even have to charge them for it because I know it's like they're gonna give me business. I'm there for work as well, so I really don't mind doing that. That is the first event. So moving along to the second event. The second event is the birthday celebration, which we did outside of Pretoria, where we had to drive on the gravel road. But hey, you have to drive anyway, especially if you're booked by clients. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I know my team doesn't mind, as long as we work and we get paid. That's all we want. So number one is arrival time. So what then I noticed about that event is that we arrived way early. Like we were there maybe an hour to almost 2 hours before the event starts, right? And I think the event was supposed to start at 1 o'clock or whatever the time decided on. However, I have said this on my video about a few months ago. Guests, they need to understand when the event starts at 12, it starts at 12, guys. I know, let's not do this thing of umntu omnyama xa event iqala ngo-2 bazawufika ngo-5. Let's just stop that. Like, let's really stop that, because people of color, us Black people, we are improving in terms of deco, in terms of events, in terms of how we do things. Like our lifestyles are like, we are born a number, and all of that stuff. So you guys also need to understand time, guys. If somebody says the event starts at 1, please make sure you are there at 1 o'clock. Because I mentioned this on my last video that if an event starts at 1 and you're there at 3 o'clock, imagine the people that are working at that event, they now have to work an extra hour, extra 2 hours, extra 3 hours because you guys decided to show up late. Let's just stop that, because it's costing not only your friend that invited you money, it's costing the clients money, it's costing us money. Because now, for instance, say we were going to use public transport, event was supposed to end at 6 or at 5. Now event is ending at 8. Who's going to pay for Uber after 8 o'clock? Obviously, if you know the event ends at whatever time, then we make, plans according to that. But if you know that the event is ending at this time and then we end up working an extra 2 hours, 3 hours, that thing needs to stop. And I don't want to just blame it on, my clients. I also want to blame on the guests. Please, guys, when you are invited at an event, if they say we are leaving at 10 o'clock, be there 9:45. If they say the event starts at 2, be there at least 5 to 2, so that you have enough time to park and want this and change and do your makeup and whatsoever. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, arrival time is very important, not just from us, because I think all the suppliers can be early and stuff like that, even though there's like suppliers that are always late. I don't know why people still in business when they're late. But I know with suppliers they'll always be on time, but in terms of the guests, guys, please be on time, because it then cost us money. And at that event we had to work an extra hour because we were not done serving the food and the dessert, so we had to wait to be finished with food and then we can leave after, and that was like an hour later. So yeah, it was a bit of an issue. And then alcohol bar setup. Ooh, okay. I don't even want to go in terms of how the bar was, how whatever, and all of that stuff. I just want to do like an overall events thingy. If you're going to book waiters or you're going to book barmen, right? When the owner of the alcohol, allow the suppliers, or allow the people that you booked, allow the people that you say they must work at that event to work. Allow them the keys, give them the keys, because what then happens when we work, especially with alcohol, there is an uncle or a brother or whoever, the friend or that has the keys for the fridge, and then now we have to take the alcohol from this place to another place, and it's a whole lot of logistics that don't necessarily need to be there. Do you get what I mean? If you know, oh okay, when are you a brother or when are you an uncle, you have the keys for the fridge, you need to be next to that fridge the whole 7 hours or 8 hours of that event, because if we need something, we need to have access to it immediately. Especially me, if somebody needs something, a drink or whatever, you need to do it in a split second, because everything is fast. I don't know, maybe it's a Santon thing, or maybe because I don't know how I was trained, but like izinto funeka sheshe, of which now if the uncle has the keys, nangu uncle uyo buliso makhulu no daba or no banbane, like it's a lot of things. Do you get what I mean? And now we have to wait for this person to finish and sit hi asimbona asimazne gama lakhe uncle lo nxibishete. No guys, we can't have that. Absolutely not. We cannot have that. So please, in terms of the bar, allow us. If we're doing an event at your resident, at your private whatever, hotel, whatever, allow us to have access to alcohol. I know sometimes people don't do that because a lot of stuff they steal. A lot of people, they take advantage. It's very important to work with trustworthy people and also clients and workers. Don't do such. I know sometimes clients are very like nice. They're like, "Who are you at Losi? Take a drink." Guys, I can't have that at work. I know I cannot, because it will definitely compromise on me, you know, doing my work and me doing what I'm there for. Do you get what I mean? So I really just want to put it out there to say, if we're doing an event, give access to the alcohol. It doesn't matter if it's alcoholic or not. If it's the drinks, give us access to that, because we're there to give out a service. And if your guest needs something and now funeke so khangela uncle nangu umuntu uyakhonyuluka or nangu umuntu ubindiwe ufuna drink okanye ufuna amanzi. Do you get what I mean? So please do that. Okay, so what then happened at this event that I did, a client actually ordered wine. And I went and I got wine. We were actually given a variety of wines. I went and I got a bottle of red wine. I got a corkscrew, and I went to the table to open the bottle. Me being me, I'm just like, okay, I'm just opening. And as I opened the bottle, I noticed that the cork, I don't know what to call it, the cork, the thingy of the wine, the cork of the wine was actually breaking. Like it was splitting into like half or whatsoever. And I was like, okay, I cannot have this mess on the table. Let me go to the kitchen and open it there. After that, it was a whole mess. It turns out that the wine was a bit old, and then that's what happens to the cork when the wine is old, because it's so like wet and fermented. It's not strong enough to be pulled by the corkscrew and stuff like that. So that's what happened, which is always an issue. So if you come across that as a barman or as a person that is serving wine at an event, please don't do all of that mess on a table. Rather move away and figure it out in the kitchen, because sometimes, you know, guests would say, no, let me help you, and you do not want that. And then moving along, guests arriving late. I did say this on the first one, arrival time, guys. We did arrive early, of which we were way too early for the guests, because the guests arrived late. So you must make sure, if you are invited at an event at a certain time, do go to the event at that time, not an hour or 2 hours late. That is not good. That is terrible. And you still want to order food and say, no, I haven't eaten starters and stuff. Hey, we can't do that. We can't. Another one is guests not eating immediately when the food is served. Okay, this one, if you see food on your table, you know, oh, when I'm there, obviously, you know that that food is hot or that food is warm. You need to go and eat immediately when the plate is being served on your table, because if you don't, the food is going to be cold, and it defeats the whole purpose of the chef preparing food on a certain time, or making sure that, oh, when they are doing the speeches, or when this song plays, that's when we're serving the food, or when this cue happens, this is what we do. It defeats all of that. So you must make sure that when the food is served, please eat it, because when you come across cold food, you're gonna then want to call the waiter and ask for a microwave. And sometimes, guys, asina has a microwave, because we are in the bundus. Sometimes we are doing this, we are doing that, and now having to warm how many plates, it's really not going to happen. So you must really try and eat your food immediately when you receive it. Last but not least is working extra hours. The reason why people work extra hours is because not only the guests, but MC would drag an event. And also the guests will arrive late, of which we cannot start the program until, you know, there's about 20 or 50 or whatever number of people at the event. So we try to eliminate that, because extra hours cost money. I definitely know it cost me money. As much as I quoted a client for 4 hours or for 6 hours, and then we work 7 hours, I need to pay my team for that 7 hours, and that money comes from my pocket. So I really do want to say this. It's not me being like, oh no, whatsoever, guys. We really need to understand time is money. Time is money. I love doing events with all my heart. But if I am booked for 5 hours, I need to be there for 5 hours. Obviously, I'm there before I start counting, an hour before, depending on the type of event or depending on the type of position that I'm doing at that event. But if you booked us for 5 hours and then we work 7 hours, don't be shocked when I come back to you and say, sorry, you need to pay me for the extra 2 hours or the extra 3 hours that we worked. Because at the end of the day, you are not only paying me, you are paying the rest of my team. You're paying each and every person that is involved in that event. So yeah, guys, that is what I wanted to say. And those are my reviews for this past weekend's events. I do hope that you learn from this, not only just clients and event managers or event planners or event coordinators or the staff, but also the guests. So when you go to an event, if you're a person that attends events or that is always invited at events, don't be afraid of being the first person to arrive there, because you doing that is understanding the protocol and is also respecting the person that invited you. So yeah, guys, that is it for today. Please ndiyacela, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment, and Follow me on Instagram. It's at Losi, and I will see you on my next upload. Mwah!